If you've been feeling really differently lately, or that something major is about to shift, then stick around. Your intuition is on point. This is your autumn psychic forecast, and the message is crystal clear. The storm has arrived, the energies are shifting fast, and what we do now will shape the future of our lives as well as the world around us for the years to come. Are you ready? This is not doom and gloom. Storms are a necessary part of nature, for they cleanse and balance the earth, just like the energetic or the spiritual storms are balancing energies here on the planet. So as it's cleansing the earth, the physical storms, the energetic storms are cleansing and balancing consciousness. Preparation is key. So in this autumn psychic forecast, I'll share some channeled insight, which I've got on my notes. I did some automatic writing, so I'll be reading a lot just to clue you in. So I'll share some channeled insights and what you can do to stay ahead of the storm and to thrive through these changes. So starting with some autumn psychic predictions. Just like physical storms are born from clashes of air masses, this energetic storm is being born from a deepening divide in our society. That combined with higher energies affecting the earth and affecting consciousness. So we're in an ascension, and there's higher frequencies that are affecting everything here on planet Earth and the trajectory of human evolution and awakening. So a lot's going to change in our society. The clash between spiritual awakening versus spiritual suppression from those forces trying to maintain control over humanity sets the stage for the storm and the higher frequencies affecting everything. So that provides the fuel. So for this autumn, expect escalations of conflicts around the globe. Revolutionary activities increasing in a lot of areas on the planet. It dramatically increasing across the globe, I might add. Starting now, world leaders attack, stepping down, problem with the U.S. president and government. There's a government shutdown right now. Escalations and more assassination attempts and stuff of that nature. And expect increase of solar activity as well. The sun is ramping up big time, which affects our Earth by changing and enhancing the electromagnetism of the planet. That affects everything from geology, from weather, to consciousness. This could touch off vast communication power outages on the planet. And the magnetic field is weakening, which makes us more vulnerable to solar storms, but also allows more light code activations, more DNA activations, which is part of human evolution to affect our conscious field and the earth field. And that is part of the awakening process. Higher frequencies, so the magnetic fields, as they weaken, more energy comes through. It activates our DNA, it activates our connection with divine source, but it also can lead to more severe solar storms that could include power outages and major disruptions. Look for at least 2 more 7.5 earthquakes before the end of the year, and at least 1 megaquake of 8.0. In another video, which I'll share near the end, I have more specific on what areas I think are going to be affected. But the U.S. could be part of it, off the Pacific coast, California, the New Madrid Fault, to name a few areas. And also look for amazing discoveries and unexpected effects around the interstellar object or the what's ever traveling through our solar system right now, known as 3I Atlas. And I'll post more information above for you, as well as the parade of comets this autumn that disrupt the inner solar system circuitry, increasing solar storms and the effects. And also the AI evolution. The AI revolution is beginning in earnest, and we're going to really start to see those changes ramp up on the world, for better and for worse. And what else? Also, new medical breakthroughs, new discoveries, more ET contact, extraterrestrial knowledge, and sightings and stuff like that. And again, we'll direct you to more specific predictions near the end of the video. But as well, we want to start to focus on how to prepare. Firstly, the solar activity that's increasing due to natural cycles, due to spiritual upgrades, and due to some X factors like 3I Atlas and other comets in the inner solar system. It's really ramping up the solar activity, and it affects our personal circuitry. The Earth is conscious and alive, and we are of the Earth is of us. So it's affecting our consciousness, it's affecting the Earth consciousness, it's affecting the movements in society. But some are more sensitive to the solar flares than others, like October 10th of last year, when I was standing outside, here in the Catskills watching the beautiful northern lights. Every time there was an upsurge, a substorm, and the colors got brighter, I felt it through my body simultaneously. This activity does affect our body and affect our energy fields. So let me move on with my notes. So some are more some are more sensitive than others, but Spirit gave me a simple process that you can do right now to ensure that you don't get overamped by the energetic discharges that we're experiencing from these enhanced solar activity, but also to be able to be open to receive the upgrades, to receive the light code transmissions. And this is how you do it. You just get very relaxed, get meditative, and you can imagine there's like a semicircle, an arc over you, like you're in a bubble, and make that in your mind that bubble lavender. Visualize it. If you're not a good visualizer, know it and feel it, and it'll be real. So get very relaxed, see an arc of lavender, white and violet light combined above you. That's like a buffer zone, basically, and set your intentions for that. Our intentions move mountains in the energetic realms. So do that for a few minutes, sit in it with the intention that this is going to nullify or help to soften or dampen some of the stronger effects that could be, I don't want to say harmful, but a little bit disruptive to our energy, but while allowing the information that the sun is transmitting to the earth, it's transmitting to our conscious fields to enter maximally so that you can receive your light code activation, your DNA activations, and your upgrades. And that's how you do it. So that's the first one. And also in general, develop a meditation practice. Spirituality is the key. The more we can be in our spirituality and in our hearts, connected to spirit and source, the more we're going to be able to gracefully move through the storm and come out the other side better and stronger than ever. So deepen your meditation practice, do spiritual exercise, double down on spiritual practice. The storm can cause changes. The storm can cause stress on our bodies and our energetic fields. So one thing to do is anytime you feel like stressful energy, or if you're on social media or hearing the news, you're like, oh my God, what you do is just relax your shoulders, relax your chin, relax your forehead. And then with your breath on the inhale, feel love and light around you, breathe that in, circulate that around, and then on the exhale, release the stress from your body and your energetic fields. Do that about 3 minutes and you'll feel a lot better. And as a daily routine, 3 times a day, do that practice. It'll make a big difference. Because, stress, it is very damaging on a lot of levels. How we handle stress is going to go a long way in how well we're going to fare during the storm and how well we're going to be when we come out the other side. Also, keep the body strong. Higher frequencies combined with stress can drive people crazy, literally, and we're seeing that. And it can really, it can really hasten illness and tear things down in our body and our energies. So, taking good care of your body. Firstly, eat well, eat nutritious, but only eat till about 80% full. Don't stuff yourself. That's important. A lot of spiritual teachers are telling us now. Try not to eat at least 3 hours before you fall asleep. It's good to be a tad hungry when you fall asleep. And give yourself at least 12 hours every day to fast, to let your digestive system reset, to assimilate the nutrition. And that's really, really important for your cellular health, and that's really important for your overall health. If you can go 16 hours, that's even better. So if, I sleep 6 hours. If you, however long you sleep, like if I'm not eating 3 hours, that's 9 hours that's covered already. And then I'm doing my spiritual stuff for 2 hours in the morning. So I already have 11 hours covered with that. So if I wait a while to eat, then that's at least 12 hours. So this is a simple and, a simple, God, there's a insect crawling on me right now. I just filmed outside, that's why. This is a simple lifestyle change anyone can do that fights disease, fights aging, as well as the negative impact from the storm. We importante. So that's another one. Programming runs rampant in our society, right? And it's ramping up during the storm. That's part of the storm. And the harmful electromagnetic frequencies that were around. I've got my cell phone as a camera, my computer's not far away, there's cell phone signals, and that tears down the body. That tears down the energetic fields over time. That can lead to emotional distress and disease, but it doesn't have to be that way. And there are simple fixes or simple things that you can do to stay safe and protected while taking advantage of all the miracles that technology has to offer us. So two simple things you can do. One is just go out into nature. Even if you're in a city, find some trees, just breathe in the air. You'll find that nature, if you can blend with nature, that restores your energetic fields very quickly in a matter of minutes. If you've been around technology, for every hour you're around technology, spend 3 to 5 minutes, go outside and cleanse, clear, breathe, and do that. And the other thing is practice heart-brain coherence. I'll leave a video above to teach you how to do that. That's the breakthrough practice for the 2020s and to thriving the storm and for spiritual development for our times. The heart's the largest electromagnetic generator in the body. So if you bring that into alignment, it strengthens your entire electromagnetic fields, and that makes you resistant to negative electromagnetic energy just by increasing the electromagnetism of the heart. It's nothing complicated. So do that. And as well as it also nullifies negative programming. We're subject to negative, diminishing, fear-based, anger-based programming all the time through the media, social media, but also through electromagnetic signals, through subliminal things, through very, very subtle things. But heart-brain coherence, what it does is it teaches you how to blend your heart and your brain or reconnect them that get severed through social conditioning. Heart and the brain are supposed to function synergistically as a unit, not be two separate entities. So this practice is going to do that. And hearts cannot be programmed. Hearts know only love. Only the subconscious mind can be programmed. So if you reblend your heart and your brain becomes resistant to negative programming. That's really important for surviving the storm. And use common sense. Avoid arguments, stress. I've got to listen to my own advice sometimes, but use common sense. Avoid that. And just avoid stressful things as much as you can. When you have to deal with stress, use some of the tools: meditation, long, deep breathing, heart-brain coherence, and eat good, healthy food. And spiritual discipline that reconnects you with your own divinity, that the forces of chaos and control you want to take from you, basically. So the idea is that we want to reconnect with our own divinity. All the programming, all the stress in the world separates us from our own divinity. And that's our life source. That's our source to health, our source to balance, our source to our spiritual growth, basically. So the control wants to take that from you. And they will lay all kinds of fear and worry on you to diminish it. You'll know intrinsically, will know once you clear that intrinsically that there is a higher power in charge and that you're going to be safe, you're going to be okay and protected through it all. But disruption in our world and in our lives is inevitable, but know that you're going to be safe and do these disciplines and these practices. As more atmospheric and geological storms and distractions through war, revolution, all that stuff, causes, like the solar flares, things in society that may hold back supply lines, disrupt power, disrupt communication. I mean, the magnetic fields are weakening. We're more vulnerable than ever to solar activity. We've got these flimsy wires we rely on for our electricity that could go out like that in a major solar storm. Again, not doom and gloom. Don't go into fear. Be prepared. I'm going to show you how to practically prepare in just a second, but understand the reality as well as we rely on the satellites, and they are going to be the first to be hit if there's a major solar storm. So these are things to just keep in mind. That the wars, revolutions, all that stuff can disrupt the power, can just disrupt supply lines and all that stuff. So let me get back into my notes. Um, so first thing, to be prepared. Practical advice: have at least a month, if not 2 months, of food supply. Tuna fish is good. Canned goods are good that don't spoil. Have all the medications you need for at least 2 months. Have some cash. Have a plan. Know what you'll do if the power goes out and you can't buy gas, so your generators become rendered useless. Have a plan. How would you survive if that happened? I'll tell you what. I've seen this in my own life so many times. The more I prepare for a serious event, the less likely it is to happen. This is just preparation. None of this stuff may happen because there's higher forces that are working with us that don't want humanity to have to revert back to cave people and start all over again. So no matter what happens, we'll have help, and it won't be the worst case scenario, but we may need to be ready for a month or two or even longer of severe disruption of our daily creature comfort. So have a plan. And like I said, the Earth magnetic field is weakening, and we rely a lot on that. So be prepared, not scared, in case of a major inconvenience comes along. Practical preparedness may save our lives. And in the end, the storm will pass. Negativity will be exposed. Corruption will be exposed in the world, in society. The world will change. Society will change. Politics will change. Humanity will become more enlightened and evolved than ever. So the storm is necessary to cleanse and purge and to rebalance and to reset things, basically. And if you are still here at this video, if you made it this far, congratulations. And it means that you will likely be a way shower for those struggling through these changes. So all the more reason to double down on your spiritual practices and keep getting stronger. Keep the faith. The golden age of enlightenment will follow the storm that will expose and cleanse all the ills of society. That's so humanity will rebuild on a stronger foundation, because right now it's built on a very weak foundation of corruption, power over others, and trying to cut people off from their own divinity, their own power. It cannot sustain these higher energies. It has to fall one way or another. It will. So prepare for the storm. Better times are ahead. And please like this video to get this out to more people. We want to help as many people as we can, right? So that helps the algorithm. Comment if you have something to say. If you like what we do on the channel, please subscribe, and more of these videos will come up on your home feed. And for the more detailed predictions and specific predictions for the autumn of 2025, the psychic forecast, click this video here. Thank you. I love you.